Hey everyone, welcome to Daily Revelations. So we are in Nehemiah 6 still, and as we reread this chapter, new things come out. And today I had you look at Second Corinthians as well, and some verses in there. And I hope that looking at the New Testament with the Old Testament, it not only showed you just how God uses parallels throughout Scripture, but also brought up some things about just how we live and what people think of us as we live and follow God, and how it's not up to us to change our ways to make us be more pleasant, but just to trust in God that He is going to use us. So I hope you got something out of that. What I want to talk about today was in the planner there's a section, and I don't know if you're using it, but it says, if I were my own mentor, what would I tell myself today? And a couple days ago, as I was reading Nehemiah 6 and finishing it up, the thing I wrote to myself was this: look up for the guide and don't allow the obstacles to define your path. Let God alone do that. And it made me think about what I want to share today. And too often, we have a point A where we're starting and a point B where we want to go. And instead of saying, I know God has the perfect plan, He can see everything that's going to be coming. Can I trust in His plan and just follow Him? Or do I kind of get in my sights where I'm going, and then every time I get an obstacle, I make a choice on which way to turn to get around that obstacle so I can get to my end desired point? The problem is when we do that, we leave all the decision making up to ourselves, and we tend to go really wonky in lots of places, and we allow those obstacles to define our path instead of God. And unfortunately, this is our normal mode of transportation in decision making and what we do and how we handle situations. It's not as easy to follow in faith, because then the decision making comes off of us. And when those obstacles come, we have to trust that God knew that obstacle was there before we got there. And even though He wants us to get to point B, that we have to follow Him and His way of getting around that obstacle. And that obstacle might be part of the plan. So in Nehemiah 6, Nehemiah has all of these people who are opposing him. Did God know that they were going to be opposing him? Yeah, He did. And He still said, you will build this wall in this amount of time, the amount of time that He told the king He would get it done. And so Nehemiah doesn't choose to be distracted and allow those obstacles to define his path. Instead, he chooses the path that God sent to him and told him that would be to define how he navigated from point A to point B. And so I just want to encourage you, whatever you were doing, whatever your point A was, wherever you are right now, and wherever that thing is that God has out in front of you, it may seem impossible. It may seem like there are so many obstacles between here and there, and how do I even get around them? Well, God knows. And if He set you on this path, He's already worked them all out. That's the wonderful thing. So be encouraged. Just keep going. Just keep looking up instead of looking out at how to navigate all those obstacles, and you will get through them. They won't be easy. You'll learn a lot. You'll grow a lot. You'll be strengthened a lot. But you will make it to the end desired destination. So that's it for Daily Revelations today. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.